Okay, so this is just a quick video to think about the process of creating an RLE string from a piece of Ascii art. So if we had a piece of Ascii art that had several stars like this next to each other, and then perhaps some H's like this, we'd have a line of characters that make up the Ascii art. What we need to do for the RLE is to convert a run of the same character. So this run, we need to convert into a number and the character. So what we would do, if we had a piece of paper like this, we might just count. I would say we've got one, I'll put down one. Then that character is the same, so I'm going to say 2. That character is the same, so I'm going to say 3. That character is the same, I'm going to say 4. That character is the same, going to be 5. Then I look at this character and it's not the same. So I know I've reached the end of a run when that happens. So the number I'm looking for is 5 because I've counted 5 of these stars. So that's going to need to be translated into 0, 5 star. And then we need to start that process again. So I move on, and my first character is that age. It's going to be there's one of them. Is there another? Yes, there is. It's number 2. Count again. Yes, it's the same. 3. The next one is an H as well. That's 4. And the next one, we've either come to the end of the line or simply it's a space. So whichever way we look at that, it's a different character. So we've come to the end of that run, and we've got 4. So that would be then O, 4, H. So we need to keep doing that. We need to keep counting through the whole of the string line that we've got that's in the Ascii art and convert it into a new string that looks like this one. And the way to do that is to do this counting. So if we're doing that with a piece of paper, we'd count through. So we're going to need a loop, and the kind of loop we're going to need is a loop to go through the whole of this line. We know how long the line length is, so we'll probably use a counter-controlled loop for that. And then we're going to need to compare pairs of characters. So when you've got a string, you can look at positions in the string using this sort of idea, position 1, position 2. When you compare the two characters, we know how to do that in Python. So, we always say if X is exactly the same as Y, then they're both the same. We know they are. All we're going to do in that case is add 1 to the count. But if they're not the same, so we'll have an else. If they're not the same, we're going to create the part of the string that we've just, the RLE string that we've just counted. So, make or add to the RLE string that we are making up. So once we've got to the end of this, so when the two things are not the same, when we're counting through, we're going to add to that RLE string. So the first bit we'll be adding is that bit, and then we'll add that bit on next, and we'll just keep going. So hopefully that's just a quick sort of explanation, or attempt at an explanation to say how that process works.